Okay, so can you please tell me what is singleton?
Singleton.
Yeah.
Okay. Singleton, you can create only one object for that particular. Okay.
Okay. So, how can you achieve this design pattern, or
How can I
uh,
achieve?
how can you achieve the singleton design pattern? What things
Okay,
you need
okay.
to take care or
Okay.
do?
Uh-huh. Okay, actually singleton we can create only one object, and in singleton class you have to private static member, okay, and also private static singleton object you have to create, okay, and private constructor is there, okay, also get instance method is there, you can access based on that.
Okay.
Mm.
So, like, is there any way you can break a singleton design pattern? I mean, let me rephrase my question. So,
Uh-huh.
uh, I want to use singleton in multi-threaded environment. So, is that
Uh-huh.
possible, or is there any problem with that?
A multi-threading environment, you have to use synchronize, right? Keyword for that accessing.
Okay.
And you, if you want to break that singleton using reflection, you can access that private field.
Okay. So, while using synchronized keyword, do we need to
Hmm.
use on the method level or on the code where we are creating this object?
Yes, yes. In that get instance method is there, right? In that we are checking null, and after that you can use a synchronize and your class name while creating object.
Okay.
Mm.
So, what are the good software practices you need to follow while developing scalable, maintainable, and testable software?
Uh, means the class name should start with a capital letter, variable should be in small letter, getter setter method should be there, okay, and exception handling is proper, okay, should be proper, okay. These are the practices, and also we are using some
So,
solid principle we are using in Java, right? That
yeah.
one. Yes.
So, these are the good software practices while
Right.
creating you need to follow. But how can you make sure that your software is scalable?
Scalable. Okay. We actually we are using Sonar quality cube check, right? Sonar quality. The software is automatically generate your code report. Based on that, we can identify your code quality.
Okay, but Sonar can play a good role while maintaining the code. While in your repository, the code quality is good or not. Code quality
Mm-hmm.
means, is it unnecessary objects are not created? Then null pointers are you are
Mm-hmm.
handling null pointers very well. Then you are following the software practices, general software practices,
Mm-hmm.
like earlier you mentioned that first letter of
Mm-hmm.
class should be capital.
Mm-hmm.
These things
Mm-hmm.
camel cases should be used with methods.
Mm-hmm.
These things are you can do with Sonar. Okay. Unless
Okay.
unused object or unused variables you created, so these things you manage. But how can you make sure that software is scalable? I mean, do you know what is a scalable software?
Scalable software using that solid principle we can make sure, right? Means solid principle. uh,
Okay, so suppose your software, your
mm,
application is ready for 1,000 people. But as
Uh-huh.
your company is growing and new customers are joining in, and now you have 2000 customers, but initially you were not aware that your software will be good for 2000 people. I mean, it can handle the load of 2000 people or not, 2000 customers or not. So it was not ready for that. So while developing it, initially you need to think that you need to create in it in such a way that it can scale in such a way that it can maintain any number of uh, customers in future.
Okay,
You
okay.
got my point?
Okay. Yes, yes. I think in AWS it is easy, right? In load balancing is there. We can use that one to suppose in case in future 10 million customer also coming, then it will handle in AWS everything, your software.
So do you have experience in AWS?
Yes, yes. Currently we have started working on that AWS Docker.
Okay. So,
Mm.
uh, how you are how you are deploying your applications in
Yes, yes.
AWS?
AWS we are using Docker for that one, Jenkins Dockers. Okay, Jenkins pipeline we are using, and in that Jenkins pipeline we are creating Docker images, and we will push that image in AWS, and it will
In
deploy in AWS.
AWS, where exactly?
ECS, EK2. Okay, these are the services right there, and also
Are
ECS, EK2,
uh, EC2 and
EC2.
Lambda? You want to say?
Yes, yeah, yeah, EC2.
Okay. And what about S3? Are you using S3 as well?
S3 bucket.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we are just started. I'm not aware more on that, but we are started the that clusters, AW, S3 buckets, Kinases, that piece we are started.
Okay. So,
Mm.
uh, like these applications are microservices, RESTful.
Yeah, yeah, RESTful web services using Spring Boot.
Okay. So,
Mm.
by using your URL of your service of your resource,
Mm.
anyone
Mm.
can access that, right? Or is
Ye-
there any security mechanism you are
Yes,
using?
yes, we are using auth token and JWT security.
Okay.
Auth token and JWT.
Or 2.0 or
Hmm? Two,
auth
two, two.
auth.
Odd
Okay.
two, odd two, odd two.
Okay. And GWT is also there.
Yes, yes.
So, can you tell me how you can implement GWT token in any software?
Okay. For that, you have to use some annotation is there. Okay. You have to add a dependency in bomb.xml and configuration, enable authorization server, and implement that adapter classes. You have to implement adapter classes, your main class. Suppose you want to configure something, security configuration, and that one extend web security configuration adapter classes, and there is a configure method. Okay, based on that, we can restrict your APIs. In configuration method you have to write configure method you have to write that logic.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, can anyone who can access your signature can use your JWT token?
No, first we will check on server side, right? Server side authentication, that token.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, these application, are you using properties or YML configuration?
No, property application dot property.
Okay. And how you are using profiles? There must be multiple profiles.
Hmm. Yes, yes. We are
So
using okay. We are using configuration class is there, right? Means suppose dev profile, integration profile, and production profile. There are three types of property if you are created in your application. Based on that, in configuration class, you can create a bin, data source bin. Okay, the context. Okay, and based on that bins, if dev property is there, then it will pick dev details, and the integration is there, it will is profiling. We are managing that class, profiling class, the configuration class.
okay. So suppose you want to have some properties in your test properties as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
while creating your application,
Mm-hmm.
you want to use those properties uh, only in test environment. So what you will do in that scenario?
There is an environment, right? Environment dot get property.
Yeah.
Based on that, we can pick up
Okay.
environment. Yes, using environment.
Okay. Okay. So coming to like uh, what are other things? Uh, Microservices.
Microservices, we are just started working two
Okay.
three month. So I am learner in that area. Microservice, AWS, Docker. These are we are started in
So
current application.
yeah. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
while using auth uh,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
what are the steps? So suppose someone wants to access one of your resources. So what are the steps? How this authentication flow works?
Okay. Okay. Suppose first you have to create a configuration classes and extend adapter classes.
No,
Okay.
no.
In that
I'm talking
uh,
about uh, that. Suppose I want to access your site. So I have that site address.
uh,
So
okay.
if I hit that, what will happen after that?
Okay. First, you have to use REST template, okay, to accessing other third parties APIs. Okay, REST
Okay.
template, and you are passing that username, password, and that URL and details. Okay, whatever you want to fetch from other side, and you will get that response. And based on that, we can send a response to client like that.
Okay. So is there any sharing of key
Massive,
signatures?
massive, Rabbit AMQ like that you are talking? Yeah, JMS. This one.
So I want to ask like how this your service accepts the authorization, how it shares the data, how it accepts the JWT token,
There is
how
a
it re
certificate. See, SSL certificate is there, right? Based on that certificate, it will access.
okay. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
coming back to like uh, what do you mean by continuous integration?
Continuous integration means you can deploy multiple service means continuously.
Okay.
Continuous integration you can deploy like a Jenkins job. You have to add your repository in Jenkins job. Okay, and every time if you add some if you modify your code or if you commit any code, then it will automatically trigger that job. If you build now, you click on that, then it will create your war file or create your image, and you can deploy based on that continuous integration.
Okay. Have you used any RabbitMQ or Kafka? Any messaging service?
JMS I have worked, okay, JMS, and RabbitMQ also we are using, and now we are using Kafka. And so we are started using Kafka.
Okay. So how you are
Hmm.
testing? Yeah, while using RabbitMQ, how you are testing your
Hmm.
changes? So suppose if you are if you are
Hmm.
trying to use, like while using Kafka, you must be have created consumers and producers. So suppose you
Yes,
want
yes.
to test producer only or consumer only. So how do you test it?
Okay, first you have to add that dependency in pom.xml and then create a queue object for that session. Okay, and suppose you send any message to that queue, then message producer will call, and based on that we can get that messages.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So. Mhm. So, what are the advantages of using microservices architecture?
Okay, microservices, using microservices actually used for large application means you can split in smaller modules using microservices means you can split your modules and you can deploy independently means microservices if one microservice fail then it does not affect another microservices. These are the main features and you can deploy independently any model.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So, uh, like how you are managing the load balancing in your microservices?
There are two types of server, right? The first one is a default one, and if the first server is down, then you can use second one. Based on that, we can use in AWS, right? AWS load balancing.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Two types of servers, you mean?
Means we are using one application, then we have to two type server you have to set, right? Means suppose one server is down, then your application should not be down, right? That's
Okay.
the
And
backup.
suppose
Like
both the servers are down, then
both servers are down. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure for that one.
yeah,
Maybe I
because
never get this. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it is not cost effective if you have
Mm-hmm.
multiple servers, because servers can be down. If you have five
Mm-hmm.
servers and five servers are down, and you can't
Mm-hmm.
increase the number of servers in that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
right?
All right.
Okay. Coming to Java 8, what is method reference in Java 8?
Method reference. Okay. Using method reference, okay, you can refer functional interface, right? Functional interface you can access. And when you are using lambda expression, just refer that method. Like that, the method references, the role is there.
Okay.
Mm.
And like, what is stream?
Stream.
Yeah.
Okay, stream is the you can process the collection of object, and there are two types of operation in that stream API, like intermediate operation, terminal operation, and there are there are support various methods like map, flat map, filter, sorted. These are the method we can use for sequential object like that,
Okay.
object stream. Yeah.
So why it is better than collect? I mean, how it is different from collection?
There are it will reduce your code actually. Okay, no need to write multiple codes. Suppose you want to sort something, then you can directly use sorted method, or if you want to filter something, then you can use directly filter. There are predefined method is there already.
So is
Okay,
there an only difference?
or we can use bulk of operation at a time using stream.
Okay, but Like memory wise, is there any only
Yeah.
advantage?
Memory wise also better because previously in previous version of Java they are using prem gun, right, for Java to store the classes, and now Java 8 remove that pregum and replace it with metaspace, because metaspace is grow dynamically, it do not have any size constraint, but in prem gun was fixed, right, the size was fixed, it cannot grow dynamically.
Okay, okay, okay.